Bless Squad, what's going on with y'all, man? It's your boy, Blessed Applesauce here to bless y'all with another video here on Blessed to Invest. And today I want to talk about a very important topic that every trader needs to know, and that is understanding how to paper trade, what is paper trade, and what you can do to paper trade. We're going to get into the basis of that. So the first question is, what is paper trading? If this is so important, everybody needs to know this. What is it? Paper trading or paper money is trading on a fake account using fake money on live chart patterns, live chart movement, so you can get an understanding of how to understand your broker, understand your strategy, understand how the market moves. All it is a practice tool. And I highly recommend that everybody does some form of paper trading, especially when you're brand new, just to get accustomed to the strategy, accustomed to how markets flow. And if you can do it for a couple of months just to say, okay, I'm comfortable with how the market is moving without putting any money at risk, you're going to be in a lot better position. Just think of it this way. If you go to the casino, a lot of the games in there are very complex and difficult to understand starting off. And it will make a lot of sense if you were to go in, let's say you're playing poker. You go in poker and you have a paper poker game you can play, or a simulation poker game you can play, where you can go in, play poker, play a couple hands so you can get accustomed to the rules, accustomed to how the players play, and accustomed to just how strategy can go. You're going to be in a lot better position. And that's the same thing in stocks, Forex, and these different equity markets. You have a paper trading account, a simulation account where you can trade and get accustomed to how things are going. So I'm going to give y'all a couple of things you need to look for to improve your paper trading. Also, I'm also going to show you Thinkorswim. We're going to dive into a Thinkorswim paper trading platform so y'all can see how paper trading works. So I'm going to log in now so y'all can see. So with Thinkorswim, when you have the desktop platform, you're going to have the live trading, and then you're going to have the paper money. Before you log in, just make sure you click on paper money, and then it's going to take you to the paper account where you can have a simulation. So with Thinkorswim, they're going to give you a fake $100,000 to play with. You can edit it if you want to put $1 million into your account. It really doesn't matter. All this is for is just to understand how the paper system works. And what's great about this is it is exactly the same as the market movement. So if it's 9:30 and the market's moving up, this paper is going to move up, and you're going to be able to see the same quotes from the actual market. So right now the market's closed, but I'm giving you a breakdown of how everything looks and show you exactly what I do when I'm looking to paper trade. So let's open it up to the simulation here. Okay, so voila, here we go. Here's our simulation profile here for Thinkorswim. And you're probably thinking, whoa, this is like super complicated. So take a second and look at this. And all of this is, I'm going to minimize these so just to make it a little bit simpler for everybody. All you're doing on this paper profile, one, you're trying to get an understanding of how the charts work. And we're just going to use one chart to keep it a little simple. So all you're doing is seeing how the charts work and the charts move. So for example, this particular stock here, let's make it to like a more expensive SPY because this is ridiculously cheap. So with the SPY, for example, you'll be looking at the SPY and okay, it's $167 right now and 95 cents. And what you can do on this paper platform, you can set up based on the money, the fake money that's in the account. You can put 100 shares, 300 shares, 1,000 shares, 10,000 shares, whatever you want to do, because you have fake money in the account, and you can buy it. You can buy $10,000 worth, and it's going to input right there, and it's going to give you a simulation of how things would go in the account. With this market being closed, you can't actually execute any orders, but that's all it would do. So as the market's moving real time, Let's say I want to put an order for 100 shares. Once the order is implemented, once the market opens, you will be able to see, okay, my money goes up, it goes down, and it will be reflected on this account right here with your stock buying power and your equity and stuff like that. So I really recommend this for people that don't understand the platform. If you're not familiar with the Thinkorswim platform, go check out my video. I did a video on how to understand the layout, how to break down the layout on Thinkorswim, because Thinkorswim can get a little bit complex, but as you get used to it, it gets pretty simple how to use it. And then using it on a paper platform, you can actually see what's going on. So very simple. Everybody needs to learn how to paper trade first, because I don't want you going in risking legit money. If you have $10,000 to play with, please don't go in and say, okay, I'm going to put $10,000 in this account. I'm just going to hit the buy and sell buttons and I'm going to magically double this money. It's not going to work like that. You need to get familiar with the platform, and this is the perfect place to do that. So I want to talk about a little bit about the pitfalls and things you need to be aware of when you're paper trading, because it's not a legitimate platform. It's not real. So when you're live trading with real money versus paper trading, it's going to be a little different. And the first thing that you're going to notice that is different is the emotions. When you are paper trading and you have $10,000 of fake money on the line and it's fluctuating, you're going to be like, oh, okay, it's $10,000. I really don't care. It is what it is. I'm making a little money. I'm losing a little money, but you really don't care about the fluctuations. When you get onto live trading and you lose $500 of your $10,000, you're really going to feel that. You're going to think, wow, should I have sold that? Should I got in a little early? Should I got in a little later? Like, what's going on? Is my strategy working? You're going to be all in your emotions. So with paper trading, it takes the emotion out of it, but I still want you to be aware of how the emotions can affect you. If you know in a situation you're not comfortable with losing $1,000, don't allow your paper trading account to go into a situation, put yourself in trades where you could potentially lose $1,000 in a couple of minutes. Treat your paper trading like a legit trading. Keep it professional. Keep it documented. Take the trades that you would actually take on a live account. That's the best way to set this up, because once you transition to live and you're going into the paper account and you're doing all these wild different trades that you know on with real money you would not be comfortable doing, and it's working for you, and you get on a live account, it's not going to work because your emotions going to take a hold of you. You're going to be stressed out. You're going to be scared. You're going to be nervous, and that so-called $10,000 that you took to $20,000 on a paper trade account is now $5,000 or down to zero because your emotions got a hold of you. So be aware of that. Second thing that will keep your emotions in check is sticking to a strategy. This is the best place to test the strategy, learn a strategy, grow a strategy, and grow a trading account on a paper simulation account. If you take a system and you say, okay, I don't know if this system really works, I'm unsure if it's going to work, use a paper system so you can figure out, okay, this system works. You'll take a paper system and say, okay, I'm going to paper trade this 100 times to see how the market fluctuates with this particular strategy. Let's use an example of a failed breakout strategy, because that's one of my personal favorites. Let's close this down. And we're going to look at AMD on a 1 minute chart, because I think the market was pretty bad this today. So let's look at AMD on a 1 minute chart, and let's see if we can find some failed breakouts. So we got not really too many failed. This one's like a decent example right here. But let's say we're taking AMD, and our particular setup we want to trade failed breakouts. So we're looking at this AMD chart and say, okay, this setup right here, we want to take this short because we can see that there is a resistance level right here, and every time it gets above this level, it fails. So we want to take it short at $68.20, and we take that short and we want to put a stop loss. Let's say we want to put it 0.5% away or underneath some trading, some type of trading furniture. Let's say our entry level is right here on the blue line, and then our exit level is going to be on this red line right here. And we say, okay, voila, we take this from a paper scenario, we're testing the strategy, and we try this strategy 100 times. And out of the 100 times you tried it, let's say it works 70% of the time. You know, if you were to take this live and you have the same type of strategy and the same type of criteria, and you have the same type of rules where you always take failed breakouts, you always put your stop loss 0.5% away, you always take profits when you have a 2-to-1 ratio, whatever your rule may be, and it works consistently on a paper account, you can now take this live and be comfortable and say, okay, the strategy works. It's been working for the past 100 trades. I can now take this live and grow a $10,000 account to $12,000 or $15,000 in a matter of a couple of days, a couple of weeks, a couple of months, etc. So that's what I really like about paper trading. Even if you are a pro at the game, if you want to just come back and test the strategy and see how it works, this is going to be the #1 place to do it. I think Thinkorswim is the best platform. I am also going to show you a second platform that is also really good, but honestly, paper trading wise, Thinkorswim is going to be the best platform to do this in. Also, I want you to, paper trading, it's also going to be very important to document everything that goes onto a paper account. The reason why is because you want to see how the changes occur when you go from live to from paper to live. So if you're not documenting things, you're not seeing exactly where you're taking the trade. You're not seeing exactly where you're cutting your losses or taking your profits. You have a tendency to not see the difference, and you have a tendency to let the emotions get in the way. The biggest thing with paper trading is just understanding you're not playing with emotions, and you're playing in a kind of a fun, not real scenario. Once you get on a live account, for the people that have never traded live, you're definitely going to see it's almost like driving a car on Mario Kart versus driving a car in real life. It's the same thing, but it just feels a little bit different when you're actually behind the wheel in real scenarios. Real things are actually going on. So just be aware of that. So document everything so you can actually see the difference in your trading when you're looking at a live account and a paper account. So be aware of that. I definitely recommend for all beginners to hop on a paper trade. Use this platform. Get accustomed to this platform. If you're trying to learn Thinkorswim, I do have a video out. And also, side tip, I also want to show y'all this platform right here, Dosh Trader. For you people that want to day trade, this is also a great platform to paper trade on. The problem with this, you do have to pay for it. It is a monthly fee, but I definitely recommend it. Instead of putting $10,000 in and blowing 2-3 grand in a couple weeks because you want to day trade, I recommend just putting $25 a month into this, getting comfortable with this. $25 is nothing. A couple $100 for education is going to save you so much money, because if you go into a live account and blow it all, you're going to be like, wow, I could have just put a couple $100 to just understand what's going on. So I highly, highly, highly recommend for beginners to day trade, that are day trading, to practice before you actually put legitimate money and make sure your strategy actually works. So just a couple of tips there for the day trading people, just to let y'all know. And I gave y'all a couple of brokers to go with. I recommend Thinkorswim, and I also recommend Dosh Trader, and also just a couple of ideas to make sure your paper trading is successful. So if you have any questions, let me know down in the comment section down below. But that's going to wrap it up for this video. It's been your boy, Blessed Applesauce. Stay blessed, and I'm going to see y'all next time on Blessed to Invest.
Just to see tomorrow is a blessing. Stay prayed up is the message. Everything about a nigga blessed. Everything about a nigga blessed.